Hi there, let me show you the thread cutting system on this machine. So this is a brother brand. They have their thread cutting system set up with a scissor. So automatically the thread cuts. Let me show you. So we've got some fabric in there. If I just start sewing, I'm on a straight stitch at the moment. Quite a slow speed there. And if I just stop sewing there, I can use a scissor to cut automatically the thread before I remove. Sometimes you might find that the thread's not being cut at all and you end up with a long trail of thread. Now that's what's happened on one of the machines I'm working with in my class. Okay, so here's the needle plate. We've removed the two longer screws from there, that's them there, and the short one from there using our coin shaped screwdriver. And it's fairly easy to remove. It's easier, I've found, if you remove the extension table. It's beeping at me because it's saying it's not, the needle plate's been removed. So remove the needle plate there. Make sure, press foot up. And you can use this opportunity now to give your machine a little bit of a dusting, okay? Do this with the machine powered off because you don't want to have any accidents. You do need a pair of tweezers. Now these are from my overlocker and they've got a nice angle point there, and that angle point does help me to access anything. Let me bring you in closer and show you what we're looking for. Okay, so I'm not going to put anything in the machine because it's switched on at the moment, so I'm not going to touch it with any metal or anything, but I want to show you where the needle, the thread cutter system comes in. So just take a quick look. Don't try this at home unless you definitely know what you're doing. Okay, lower the presser foot so it can cut. And there, just watch that system there. Now, if you look closely, you can see that there is a thread trapped in the system. So I'm going to switch the machine off before I touch anything with anything electrical with anything metal. Not because I think it's going to cause an electrical discharge and give me a shock or anything, just because it's not good practice. There's electromagnets and all sorts of things going on in there, and we don't want to cause any damage to the machine. But I'm just looking for this thread that's caught in the machine here, and I can just pull it out, and there we go. So it's a nice long piece of thread there that's just been sat there. Get yourself a brush. Now you don't need to do too much maintenance in there. Manual. Use your phone as a torch if you have one, and just get yourself in there and start sweeping away all the dust. It usually catches onto the nylon, which is really good because of the static. That pink thread is from the top of the machine. If we trim that away, pull it through the bottom. And the way you do that is to avoid, the reason you do it that way is to avoid fibres shredding on the tension discs if they do. So let's get rid of that thread we don't need, and just continue just drawing up any fibres that might be trapped in there. Give it a little wipe in there, make sure everything's set back. Just going to have another check of the cutter, just make sure there's nothing trapped in there, and now it should work perfectly when I bring it back together again. So let's do that. Put the small needle plate back in place first. Two long screws in. And pop those in there. Just wind that round. Okay, pop the next part back on. Make sure it's in securely, making sure everything's lined up properly. And the screw won't go in anyway if it's not in properly. Wind it with your finger first and then just tighten the screw up using a screwdriver. Just going to press the foot back on. Bobbin back in. Let's thread the machine up and we'll give it a quick test to make sure it's working fine. And because we've been messing about, I'll just reset the needle back to place. In. Push that out of the way and then just give it practice fabric. So if we just sew along there. And we're back to cutting again.